regarding their financial plan.
Okay.
Are you able to hear me?
Yep.
Okay,
Okay. So
okay, okay. Yeah.
basically, I'll be asking up to 5 questions about what you do and everything like that. So just introduce yourself. What do you do for a living, and how did you come this far in life?
So I'm a certified financial planner and independent financial advisor based out of Mumbai, India. And I've been in my own business for the last 10 years. And I was always a corporate guy. I was working at senior positions with some of the top management, asset management companies. And I've been a part of the insurance. I've been part of anything under personal finance. So after a
Mhm.
good, decent 15 years of working experience, I started in 2016, founded Proton Capital Prat Limited, and since then I'm managing 150 clients based out of Mumbai.
And
I'm also
whoa, back up there,
one.
150 clients.
Yes,
Congratulations.
150 clients. Yeah.
Wow.
So the good thing is that 20% of the clients are giving me 80% of the revenues. And yeah, the other clients are forming a good fundamental base and, putting everything into retail. Yeah. So
Wow, that's amazing.
I'm also passionate about teaching personal finance. So under one of the top-notch banners in India, ICICI, I also teach, the people who want to become financial advisors.
Wow. Okay. And what type of background do you have, like degrees and education? Do you have any degrees, or is it just all
So
experience?
yeah, yeah. So by education, I'm an engineer. I'm an avionics engineer. Plus, I'm an MBA from Times School of Marketing into marketing. I'm also a certified financial planner. So yeah, so that's my education.
That you're the jack of all
Uh,
trades and all purpose back, basically, right?
yes, yes.
All right. Yeah.
So I also took a certification in estate planning. So I'm a chartered trust and estate planner.
Cool. Okay. So we're going to go with a question here. A lot of
Yeah.
people believe that the only way to become wealthy and starting a business is it actually possible to build a real wealth while working a 9 to 5 job on something comforting myth?
Yeah, so I think people who are salaried, people who are working as an employee, who are getting a fixed income, there's a tremendous opportunity to build that income. Every month, if they start parking their money, even if it is a small money, the power of compounding works in their favor. And it is also always advisable to start early. And that is how you build income over a long period of time. So anybody who's salaried definitely has a consistency, has a visibility of the cash flows, and that is how, by the power of savings, they can build the money and can save for any goal they want.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Sounds easier said than done, but I mean, money doesn't
Yep.
grow on trees either. You know what I mean? Whether
True.
from the
True.
US or
True.
India. I mean, look at the
True.
economies right now. Everybody's probably feeling it a little bit at least with the pricing and how expensive everything is, and especially in the USA right now. So,
Yeah. No.
what?
Point is, every economy, any part of the history you go, we had similar issues. And the only thing what is in our control is saving and investing. So whatever may be the income, if you start pulling out money as per your goal and start investing, that is all in your control. So whether the economy is in lull or not doing well, or the geopolitical issues, the idea is that at any point of time, your saving should maintain, and your behavior, of saving money should always be intact. That is how you can build up the money. Yeah.
Exactly. Good lesson. Lesson learned. Save like what it was. Benjamin Franklin said, "A saved penny is a saved earn." Basically.
So
So I mean, even though they don't make pennies anymore, now they got the nickels and dimes and the quarters and stuff like that because it's not worth making a penny. It costs more than to make a penny anymore in the United States. They've eliminated it. So
So there is a book called The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. And that book says that the rate of saving is more important than rate of return. So that is also very important. The youngsters today understand that they should not be hooked on what kind of money they will make from the market, but they should also be focusing on what kind of saving they can bring into the instruments which can actually build their wealth. So rate of saving is more important than rate of return. I think that is one of the important lessons I have learned personally. And that is something in our control. That is what we can do in spite of all kind of economies, lull moments, war.
Okay. Question number two. We've all heard stories of people earning a six-figure salary by still living on a paycheck by paycheck. What are the biggest mistakes salaried professionals make that stop them from building wealth? Um, your mic is not on. I don't know what is going on. You're silenced.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, so a lot of people make a lot of money, but because of lifestyle inflation, people are looking next door neighbor, next door lifestyle, where are they spending their money, and that is what they're trying to copy. And I think this is the biggest problem, that whatever maybe you're earning, if you're not spending less than what you are earning, then you will be falling in a trap which is very difficult to come out. So you have to be limit yourself within your earning, control your urge to spend now and save it for the future, which will reward you in terms of the assets you have created, and that will probably help you in living a good retired life. So a lot of people make a lot of money, but the biggest mistake what they do is that they just know the art of spending. They know the art of making money, but probably they don't know the art of spending money. And that is very crucial for anybody who's making any kind of wealth, to save money and build money, because compounding will only happen when you are building and buying units at all point of time.
Yeah, I think what we have a bad habit of doing is, oh, I have all this money coming in. Let me figure out how I can spend it. And then when you're broke and like, oh my God, I'm broke. Then I got to figure out how to make some more money. You know, they get caught in that rundown of like, well, I want to save money,
Yeah.
but then I want to buy this, I want to buy that, So, and then there's
So
always that bill sneaking up behind you and all that stuff.
so there is a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm sure everyone has read that book, and this is what they
Oh
teach in that
yeah.
book. Yeah, this is what they teach in that book, that if you don't control the urge of spending now, then you will definitely not be saving good enough in the future. So you have to control your urge. You don't have to impress other people. You don't have to copy what other people are doing. You have to just see within what your happiness lies in, and that is how you can save for the long term.
Oh, interesting. Okay, question number three. If someone earns an average salary today and wants to become financial free, what should their first 5 years look like? What practical steps would you recommend?
See, there are very basic steps, and one of the basic step is that whatever may be your salary, whatever may be the income, you have to spend less than your income. You have to maximize your saving. The most important message which I want to give through your platform is that start early. Don't think you are 25, so you can wait till eternity to start saving for your retirement. The sooner
Yeah.
you start, the better it is, because that is where the compounding begins. So, to a young guy who's just started making money, I would say that save every bit of it. Link your saving to each and every goal, and that is how you can build money.
Okay, very, very interesting. Cool, 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 cool. People often use rich and wealthy interchangeably. What's the difference between why does the understanding of the distinction change the way we think about money?
See, this is again, I read it in a book, the difference between the rich and the wealthy. The rich, by default, they are visible. The wealthy are invisible, right? When I say rich are visible, they try to show off, right? They buy the luxury cars, they buy everything possible to improve their lifestyle. These are rich because they want to show off and match up their lifestyle with the neighbors, and hence they are rich. But the wealthy people are those who preserve their money, who want to live a great life, during their retirement, and their wealth is hidden, and by that nature it is the called wealthy. So hence, this is the difference between rich and wealthy.
Awesome, 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 awesome. That's great. Great. That shows that you have the knowledge, the wealth, and the time to spend with these people. Because I'm going to tell you what, when people are real stubborn how they want to financially plan their money, oh, I want to do it this way. You give them a recommendation, and then you find out that they fail at doing what they're doing. And some of them may succeed at doing what they're doing. But if they don't take a little advice from a professional, then that's going to be their downfall a little bit.
No, absolutely. So as a financial planner, we also have to create our own alpha. The alpha is not only generated by the fund managers who manage the money, but it is also people like us who at every point of time, come and guide the investor, because they go through difficult situation, they do go through their behavioral biases. And that is where we come in and, try to preserve their money by not let them not falling into the trap of many behavioral things. Yeah.
In fact, that's very, very true. I mean, we go like in school, like schools and grading and sports, you go in hot streaks and cold streaks. They're going to roll right through courses, and then you're going to have that one instructor that's a stone and fails it. Or you're going to have
True.
that pitcher that where you can hit home runs off and get numerous hits, strikeouts, and then all of a sudden fail to succeed and succeed to fail. Both of so that's how it goes in life.
Absolutely. Correct.
Okay,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
final question. If you met a 25-year-old who wanted to retire early or become financially independent, what advice would you give them, and what unrealistic expectations would you tell them to let go of?
So I think the young guys, because the time is on their side, the one biggest advice would be that, whatever may be your income, it is not small enough to start saving. The sooner you start, the bigger the wealth you can create over a long period of time. I think you
Yeah.
must have heard of this calculation that somebody who's 25 and starts with, say, a $10,000, that compounds to a much, much bigger money rather than somebody starting 10 years later at age 35 and ending up with much smaller sum, because somewhere the power of compounding builds wealth. So one advice which I like to give to the youngsters who are 25 and starting their career is to start saving money much earlier in their life, control their lifestyle, don't fall into the trap of, impressing other people. Second, do not get leveraged. Do not keep yourself leveraged to a credit card. Do not get fall prey to buying things which you can't afford. So I think these two, three things are very important for a youngster to understand, to not fall trap into greed and, keep saving right from the early days and build wealth, because the power of compounding only happens. And that is also takes care of the market. The markets can go up and down in the short run, but over a long period of time, they even out and they only go up, because the businesses do well and the economy does well. And so need not be afraid if they start early and, invest with the long term in mind.
Yeah, definitely makes me feel like when I was younger, I used to try to take out 5 or 6 credit cards and then think that was going to get me through college, and then find out you max them all out. Then you had to get into this debt consolidation program and not do it just once, but twice. Credit cards kill you. If
Correct.
you don't know how to
Correct.
manage them,
Correct.
you're gonna shoot yourself in the foot. Plain and simple.
True. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Bang on.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this part of the show here where we interviewed you and you gave the insight and everything like that. Let's connect on LinkedIn.
Sure.
I'll recommend your work, you recommend mine. Leave a review under there as well. I'll send you links. And this was an enjoyable interview. I learned some stuff off this
Yeah.
myself. I mean, I'm a DBA student now. I got 5 courses to go, and I learn a lot off a lot of different people. It's exciting to interview
Yeah. Same
people.
here.
And it's one of those. It's definitely been a pleasure. So I will make
Yeah.
sure
Same
that
here.
the interview link is up on LinkedIn within about 15 to 20 minutes, and you'll see it.
All right.
And then just make sure you see my invite and those links there, and just plow away at it. And I'll make sure I recommend your work.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Yep, you
much.
too. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great time.
Yeah. Super.